This is the application for the Wyze Cam Duo video doorbell, as well as doorbell chime. We can access the doorbell chime from within the Video Duo, so we'll take a look at that momentarily. Right here, we have the name of the doorbell, as well as an icon indicating that I have the Wyze Cam subscription, as well as a battery indicator. Right now, you'll notice that it's not actively playing the live feed. There is an option to have it automatically start the live feed. When you come in here, I like to preserve my battery, so I have to tap that in order for it to actually start playing, especially since it loads up all of your Wyze cameras now. It's a good idea to keep that on pause. To get to the rest of our options, we simply tap to access. And then right here, we can see again, because I have this option turned off, I have to tap again in order to start the live feed. That is because I'm utilizing this in its battery state, not in its wired state. And here we have our two video angles. Simply double tapping will allow you to zoom in on the top, but you can see our lower view. I can float that around and put that where I want it while I'm zooming in on things. And you can kind of see how windy it is out there. This is the 2K view, and you can see right here, this is actually giving you a little preview of where you are in that zoom in. And then double tap brings it all the way back out. We do have an indicator for live, a battery percentage, and then our switch for 2K and SD 1080, and then back up to 2K. This icon here will allow us to switch it to horizontal view, giving us more screen real estate. And then as we come down, if I tap, we have the ability to toggle on and off the microphone, and then toggle on and off the audio. To the right of our audio on and off, it's kind of tricky to see because it's hidden behind the date and you have to tap on it. There's 3 dots. This will allow you to take a still photo of whatever you see. This will also allow you to record whatever you see. As you can see right there, it's recording. I can tap that and now it stops. I can hit view and I can view that immediately. We also have a siren. I can hit siren. Now the siren's going off outside. I turn that off very quickly because I don't think my neighbors would appreciate that. You also have responses. Well, here we go. You've got a bunch of responses.
Can I help you? Be there shortly. Please leave the package at the door. Hi, you are currently being recorded.
I wouldn't call these quick responses because they're hidden, again, in that corner. Don't really like the fact that they're hidden down there. And then I can select albums, which would show you all the pictures where it's saving these. There's other pictures in there, so not going to show you that. Just underneath that, we have SD card, which will bring us to the feed from the SD card. I'm going to select back. That will also bring you into the 24/7 recording if you have this hardwired. To the right of that, if I select, this actually changes the event view. So here, this is our chronological time view, and you can see me in my testing that I was doing earlier today. This will give you more of a thumbnail view. Notice it gives you both the view, if I bring this up, for the top camera and bottom camera, even if you're looking at it in this view. It's a really good feature. And anytime I tap on one of these, I simply tap, pause it. We have the ability to speed up its playback. So I actually have to play it back, but I can do 2, and you see it's going faster. I can do 4, play it back again, and then go back down to 1. Over here, we have 3 dots. If I select that, I can download, share, delete, or send feedback. And that's all from our view here. I can do this in the timeline view as well. So if I come here and I select this option, there are my 3 dots. I have a filter where I can search for motion, person, package, package delivery, package pickup, vehicle, and then faces. Again, keep in mind, all of these are really going to need the subscription. You also have sound. So sound, talking, crying, meowing, barking, glass shattering, gunshot, and then doorbell press. So for me, let's say I want to say package delivery, and then I can hit apply. Well, here I know this was a package delivery because there was me testing it. I was walking in my package, and then this is a UPS guy for next door. Now, it's not 100% accurate because, and maybe I'll do the pickup one, there is another clip that I had where I was tossing a box. Yeah, so this is all after I chucked the box. So filtering, while nice, it's not 100% accurate. So just keep that in mind. And that's everything we could do for the doorbell controls. Let's move on to setting. Coming up to our settings. Here we have the ability to change the name of the doorbell. We can turn on voice over IP. So if we do this, instead of getting a notification, we'll actually get a voice call. There we go. Then we also have ignore notification status. If you turn this on, if you are ignoring notifications from Wyze, the voice over IP will override that and just push forward. And then you have a schedule. When would you like this to happen? Schedule on, start date, end date, and you can select specific times. If you don't it'll do it all the time. Next, detection settings. Here we have our detection zones. I have this turned on. Wyze still uses this grid format. It might be a little tricky to see, but these boxes up here are not shaded in. All these down here are, and we're just going to undo those things. This is going to be your detection zone. It's not the best in detection zones. I've tried a lot of other ones that allow you to have a little better control over it, but the fact that they give it to you is a plus. Here we have our motion warning. What's that? Well, if you turn that on, when it detects motion, it will say, "You're being recorded." It will do the Wyze tone. Should do it every 10 seconds.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
And then you could set it to repeat every 10 seconds, once per event, or up to 60 seconds. And then schedule all the time, or just like we could before, custom, start time, and end time. After motion warning, we have motion tagging. What this is the green box that appears around a target that is moving on your screen to make it easier to keep track of. We have our motion sensitivity. You have a sliding scale of low to high. Low is going to be things have to be really close to the device in order for it to trigger. High is going to push those out further. If you live on a busy street like I do, you might need to bring that in a little bit because even if you have a motion zone set up, you might get false triggers that way. Next, event recordings. You have to turn on motion. This is the part that annoys me. I have to turn on motion in order to get the smart events. If I have motion off, it won't actually send me a notification. It's a work in progress, it feels like. But you can record all events, or you can select smart events, and then from here, customize the recording. For me, I want people to be recorded and to send me a notification. Pets to be recorded and to send me a notification. Package, I just want to be recorded, but you could do that for all these options. Friendly Faces is a different tier of Cam Plus subscription, so if you've got the base tier like I do, that's not enough. You got to pay more for the Friendly Faces. And coming down, you have your cooldown. Well, I can do no cooldown or up to 5 minutes. I like no cooldown so I can test. And then maximum video length, I have it set for 2 minutes, but you can go all the way up to 5 minutes and as low as 20 seconds. Even with me running around and testing, I've yet to been able to keep the capture where it'll actually do 2 minutes. Notifications, turn on your notifications and then manage. If I select manage, that's going to bring me back to this page here again, where you could select what you want to record and be notified of. And then you have your low battery. I would recommend that just so you know when you're actually getting a low battery. Alarm setting. Well, here we go. We have smoke and CO. These are not as useful, but are kind of baked into the Wyze application itself because, well, this is outside. It's not going to hear a CO alarm. Advanced settings. We have our record to the micro SD card, yes or no. Continuous or events only. Notice if I try and do continuous, it won't let me because it's in battery mode. I have managed the SD card. I can format it from here, and then I can see how much space is left. I can also properly eject the SD card. Keep in mind, don't just go pulling the SD card out. Make sure you eject it. We have night vision mode. We have auto, on, and off. Auto will switch between the two. On, it'll be on all the time, and then off, it will never come on. And then night vision mode type, we have IR lights that will turn on the IR lights. There are the front-facing and downward-facing IR lights to help see everything. Status light, on or off, show timestamp, on or off, show logo, on or off, and then record sound, on or off. You may live in a place where you cannot record audio with your video. This is how you would come in and turn that off. And then we have sync time, which will sync to your phone's time. Chime, well, if I come in here, we have my built-in Chime house. That's the Chime box you might have. Your Wyze Chime or camera Chime. You can use your Wyze cameras as a Chime. So if I select this, Wyze Chime, well, here we go. I have one set up in the living room, and if I do set, I can add, I can select it, which will allow me to do more with this. This is the other way you can get into the Chime. You can enable and disable. What is it attached to? So if front door is pressed, do this, ring the Chime, and then schedule. Well, that's it. And then volume, because the Chime itself is not just for the doorbell. If you think about it, it will work with your Wyze cameras. So if it detects a person, you can have the Chime ring. It's interesting, but that's how you can get to the features. Lock, I don't have a lock, so I can't show you that. Here we have automation. So this is Wyze's automation, which will allow you to set up more if this, then that. So here I have schedules and things of that nature, Christmas lights. I could press the plus sign, add a device, add an automation, add a group, but that's all done through the application overall. Sharing, if I select this, it will allow me to share this device with another user. They'll need to have their own Wyze account. And then device info, lots of sensitive information in there. Not going to show you that. Wyze support, restart your camera, and then reset your camera. And then if you need to, delete your camera down there. And that has been everything that we can do for the Wyze Doorbell Duo using the Wyze app.